I want to be able just to be free and not have to think about every step I take.
CNN spoke with a protester in Minneapolis about why he's out there. And I just really wanted to share this. Check it out.
This is what I got to say to the people who are destroying things. If you really feel like you have to take an opportunity, like if you're going to be an opportunistic, something is wrong with you. If you cannot stand up and fight the good fight and you want to be a cheater and go ahead and take what we're trying to do, something is wrong with you. Because what we're trying to do is stand up for the basic rights of humanity. And that's what we're trying to do, and we're trying to do it in a peaceful way. We do not want to go through this anymore, okay? I want to be able to go in a white neighborhood and feel safe. I want to be able, when a cop is driving behind me, I don't have to clinch and be tense, okay? I want to be able just to be free and not have to think about every step I take. Because at the end of the day, being black is a crime. At the end of the day, being born black is a crime to them. And I don't understand why. Because we're all humans. And that's sickening.
Tell them, brother. Tell them.
Be careful. I gotta go, man.
Be careful.
All right. I really enjoyed that. Now, my focus here, it really is the last half of the video. The first half, I know some people are going to have issues, I guess, with what he's saying there, because a lot of the damage of property that's being initiated is being done by the police. And they're the ones that are escalating the situations in the streets. I did a video on this yesterday, countless videos showing cops escalating and initiating the violence going on. But apart from that, understand that these sorts of protests are a natural reaction to a system that holds people down for this long. So, I mean, right now the protests have, I guess, sort of evolved into a protest about how, you know, essentially the system at large, capitalism at large, has held society down for so long, especially black people. But I also think it's important here to not lose sight of what happened to George Floyd and how this happens all the time. So, Philando Castile, I mean, just a few examples here. Philando Castile, shot in a car by police during a traffic stop. Eric Garner, choked to death by cops after breaking up a fight. Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old, killed by police in the park while playing with a toy gun. Walter Scott, shot in the back by an officer. And that was, I think, maybe the only time, a rare case where the cop was actually convicted, sentenced to 20 years. So, understand this happens, and these are just a few examples. There are countless other examples, and many others that we'd never hear about because they're never caught on camera. So this happens all the time, and the protester here speaking to this about how he just wants to be free. He wants to be able to just live his life, not worry all the time about the occupying force that is the police force. So, look, for a lot of white people, we really have no idea, because we've always viewed the police as there to protect us. But it's been the opposite for those in the black community their entire lives. They've been targeted by the police. I mean, how many more examples do we really have to show you? You know this is true. So to understand the police are actually an occupying force, essentially a gang, when it comes to how they treat the black community, you all have to stand up and be vocal about this. You can't just allow this to go on and only have the black community out there speaking out. You have to get involved as well, because this is a serious injustice that has been going on forever. And part of the solution here, which I've discussed before in other videos, is to demilitarize the police. So you see the police out there with armored trucks, with over-the-top riot gear, every toy imaginable. All of this is happening. These police budgets continue to inflate and expand when there are cuts to education, cuts to healthcare, cuts to social spending, cuts to infrastructure. How can anybody possibly defend any of this? Every single politician out there that is pretending to care about what is going on has to bring up the fact that the police need to be defunded. There needs to be less police. They have to be held to a higher standard, while at the same time taking away their toys, taking away this absurd riot gear, taking away the armored trucks, and put that money into education, into healthcare, into other areas that actually help people. Because right now, when their priority is spending on police forces, this is the society that you create. This is what happens. You create a society where the focus, the priority is criminalization. when the focus should be to help people, should be to educate people, should be to give people health care. And if that isn't obvious, I'm not sure what else you need to see. Because at this point, I think it's clear the direction that society needs to go.